How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Driveclub, and today I want the objective of the stream. Well, actually I have two objectives. The first one is finishing the main campaign, since theoretically we're halfway through, kinda 225 stars in total. I'm assuming that the other ones might take longer to be beaten, but wait, here, right? Yeah. But I also want to see the hypercars today, because I think the current ones are considered supercars or something. A lap time of 47 seconds is an extremely short track. You can only use the Bentley. I also realized something. You can actually change the color of the factory paint shop, basically. You don't have to use a specific color if you don't want it, especially in cars that you don't have a choice to use anything else, right? So yeah, there's that. Also, you know, about the sound of the doors opening and closing, I don't know where it is. Like, I just have no clue. I think that it's supposed to... Like, originally I thought it was something that came from the... Wait, this thing has vibration again. Like, the game just doesn't remember that I don't want vibration. Maybe what I should do is just disable vibration from from the PlayStation menu, and that's it. Yeah, I don't want vibration, dude. Is there even anyone that enjoys vibration in a controller? Like, I just don't see the point. Especially in a racing... Well, okay. In a racing game, I guess I can understand that it's trying to mimic the fact that, you know, you are in a bumpy road. But I still think that it's such a waste of time, because if you truly wanted to feel the, you know, the whole thing, like trying to feel as if you were driving, you will probably use a whole cockpit installation, right? Like something with a... Yeah, that was bad. Something with a racing wheel with force feedback and all of that. You wouldn't be using a controller if you really wanted to feel everything. But it seems that it's one of those games where you have to enter the menu just to make it appear as an option. No, not appear as an option, but rather to remind the game that that's the option you want. It's very weird, honestly. I just don't understand why you cannot just remember. The vibration in video games, I always thought it was trash. It just serves no purpose. I'm not gonna get the lap time that I need at this rate. 47 seconds. Not to mention, I also almost didn't get the time, well, not the time, the speed objective. Right. Maybe if I try to drive without crashing, I can get that. I don't know why those are green flags. Hey, that's not a fast corner at all. Are you out of your mind? 5, 6. Barely didn't get it. That sucks. But why didn't I get it? I cannot do that faster than that. Are you out of your mind? I will have to repeat it, unfortunately. Oh, I unlock whatever that is. Nice. Cool. Well, I'll restart, but I need to remove the vibration. Actually, you know what? I can put the excuse that it was the vibration that made me lose. But it's off, so why don't you act like it's off? Hey, there you go. That's so messed up. It just doesn't remember the setting unless, like, you go where it is. Why will you do that? I mean, it's obviously a bug, it's not intentional, but I've seen so many, not just games, but some applications in general. They have settings, they remember the settings, but they don't apply them unless you go where they are. I think that the best thing I can do, since so many games have the vibration enabled by default, and then you have cases like this where they simply don't want to work well, to just disable it from the console, because you can actually disable it from the console. Well, actually, not only from the console, I think that, well, yeah, from the console I mean that from the PS4, but if I hold the PlayStation button right now, I think the lateral menu that shows up, you can actually use it for that, probably. I don't know. If I hadn't crashed there, I probably would have gotten the lap time. I don't think I'm getting it now. Oh, I did get it, nice. Alright, well, that's it. Just that I don't think that if you get out from the event, you're gonna go anywhere. If you get out of the event, anything that you got is not remembered. You have to finish it. I don't particularly mind though. Actually, now that I think about it, I was thinking that these are supercars, but I don't think these are considered supercars. I think that these are still considered to be sport cars. What I don't remember is where it shows the category, because it doesn't seem to be in the car selection that it shows the category. So I don't know exactly where. It's still a pretty hard track, all things considered. Very short, but quite tough. That was a clean lap too. Okay. And none of the opponents are the car that I'm using. Like, they pit me against cars that they are supposed to be a lot better. But I'm better than them. Yeah, well, that's exactly how it's called, punching above your weight. That's pretty funny. Alright, and now we're going with Audi. Yeah, these are, I'm pretty sure what it says there, super, that's the category. It's supposed to be a supercar. We can go with this. Then I just feel so sad that... No, I don't hear it from here, and I'm pretty sure that it is enabled, the controller audio, so maybe I dream about it. Maybe this game never had a sound with the doors and I'm just making it up. No, I remember it, because I remember never skipping that cutscene because it's something that was very nice to hear. But yeah, I can't hear it now. Oh well. doesn't fully take away from the experience, but it will be nice to have it. I also check how you can do the custom decals in your garage, but that seems like it's a lot of work. A lot of work, and I have to be creative. So yeah, that's not nice. I think I remember back then that I did a couple of designs, and I'm pretty sure that if I look at them now, for what little I remember about them, they are probably absolutely trash. In general, I was never creative. It's very hard to come up with decals that look good. It is a very slow section here. So can you imagine owning a car like this and in a single race you just destroy it like that? Pretty sad. It looks even more sad when you go on the cockpit view, and sometimes the glass is shattered. It's like not even is it damaged on the outside, but you can see the damage constantly from the inside. Okay, what can you do? Also on the right side, I forgot what I was about to say. That's not very bright. It probably wasn't important, don't worry. Yeah, I don't remember. It's fine. Who cares? But it's one of the achieve a speed of at least something. Really not fond of those objectives at all. Would be nice if it could happen right here, and it might actually. I mean, after no, never mind, it cannot. I thought this was gonna be a longer sector, but no, it really isn't. There's a lot of times you think that there is a specific straight that might be the right one, and you try to go faster than you should, and you end up crashing against a wall like it's nothing. So it's a little bit of an issue. I guess sometimes in most cases it's obvious which places. Like there is no way you can reach that target speed. But some other times it's not that obvious, so you end up tryharding to get that speed, and at the end of the road you will meet a wall. Here this is also not the right place. So the classic guess would be, I mean, the issue with the minimap on the bottom left is that it's hard to tell how sharp these corners are. Like, can I do this full speed, for example? Well, yes and no. Only one part of that. But it could be this sector here. No way. cannot do that there. So where? This has to be the one after this corner. I mean, there's not much more track remaining, you know? Has to be in one of these. It has to be here. I'm pretty sure this goes straight into, well, not straight into the finish line, but it's thankfully long enough to do this. The minimap never really shows well how long a section is or how sharp a corner is. Like, you cannot really find out that easily. Alright. Got that. And I wonder if after this championship here, the next thing that appears are the hypercars. I really hope. I wanna see them. Okay. So this category apparently is performance. But the other cars say super. So maybe only that car was the one that was super. Then maybe the hypercars are not gonna show up yet. I never used the Caterham, by the way. Is there anything that requires top speed? No, it has. Oh yeah, the first one. Because if this thing cannot reach it, it's the same as nothing, right? I'm very tempted to use it though. I think that it will be a waste. Chevrolet Centennial Edition. I could use this. So I really wish they told you which one is a DLC car and which one isn't. Because you cannot really tell just by looking at them. I feel like this was a DLC car. I mean, basically any car that is not European, I'm pretty sure it's a DLC. And that one most likely is a DLC. Yeah, I cannot know. It's just not possible. Oh, damn. You look a lot more fat than I was expecting. Pretty fat looking car. Ah, shit. According to the stats of each car, the Caterham that I wanted to pick had even worse handling, so I don't think that would have been a good idea. Well, actually, there is one way to know what cars are DLC and which aren't, because the cars that are DLC don't show up as unlocked. The problem is that at that point you have to remember every single car you unlock. Because I think I remember this Chevrolet not showing up as an unlocked car, which means that it isn't an unlocked car and it is a DLC instead. Hey, how do you want me to remember all of that, you know? Like, I ain't gonna remember that. I could have picked the roof now that I think about it. Because that one was a base car, I'm pretty sure. Not a DLC one. I think the rule of thumb is if the car is non-European, it's DLC. I don't know really why they really had to have all the base cars in the game to be European. Maybe because nobody likes European cars. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know what's the consensus. But I think that when it comes to popularity, I think that American and Japanese cars are overall a lot more popular. There are exceptions, I guess, with things like Lamborghini or Ferrari, but for the most part, it's like, you know, like all the multiple Audis that the game has, for example. I don't know if there are many people that care about those. Not to mention that they all look pretty similar to each other as well. Well, same with the Mercedes and the Porsche, though. I don't know how many Porsche this game has, but... Well, sorry, they call it roof. We all know they are Porsche. There's always been that second place that has been very close to me. I think it's supposed to be a faster car. Actually, I don't know if that's the Porsche or not. But we will see on the result screen here, I guess. You can barely even see anything. Everything is so dark. Yeah, that's the Porsche. Okay. I could have also picked the Aston Martin, I guess. Just that now it's easy to see which ones are not DLC because you can see them there. But I think that at the end of the day, it's not like just for picking DLC means that you get a free win, because it really felt that Porsche was clearly faster than my car. Not to mention that this car also doesn't seem to have amazing handling or anything like that. So it's not a free ticket to victory, but since eventually on the DLC campaigns you are most likely gonna have to use these DLC cars, you kinda want to, you know, use the base ones here just so you can use the other ones later. I mean, back when I played this game on release, that wasn't an issue because the DLC cars were not released yet. So you couldn't pick anything that wasn't base. And then afterwards, when the DLCs actually release, you play them one by one. But like there is a progression that now that you have all the content is not really doable. I don't know if PlayStation has an option like Steam to uninstall the DLCs and then install them again. The issue is that here, since we're talking about a game that is delisted, even if that was a possibility, I don't think I would want to risk the fact that I might not be able to get the DLCs again. Because yes, theoretically you have the DLCs in your account and you should be able to install them anytime you want. Same as the game, that's what the logic says, but the thing is that that didn't really happen with the game in my first attempts. I could not install it, so what if that same thing happens again but with the DLCs? So I didn't want to risk it regardless. I mean, I don't want to risk it. It also would be nice if they allow me... Well, I don't really care about the bikes, honestly, but just out of curiosity to see how they play, how they are. It's pretty ironic that once they released the bikes, it's like the game went downhill until it closed. Pretty funny. Hey, at least there is a campaign game to play. I'm seeing that there are some games that plan to release that they are the typical games that are online only. Games like that, they release, and if they eventually have to close, the whole game falls with them. But I guess that's the reason why there was such a big movement in Europe about, you know, stop killing games. It's understandable. It would be nice if that was more standardized. Just that companies usually don't want to invest money in something that will give them no benefit, and in this case will be giving the game support after closure, or at least an option to play it after closure. That's additional budget that will give them no benefit, but that's precisely the reason why it's something that they had to pressure the government to, you know, put a regulation like that. I mean, companies are not gonna do something simply because of how nice they are. If there is no profit to be made, they are not gonna make a change. Also, hold up, let me check something. Oh yeah, someone... it's fine. Okay. Someone talk to me on Discord. Alright, so... there is one more, right? And an objective with average speed. Got it. It's interesting that it seems that all the tracks in this championship have some very high speed chicanes to go through. This guy's completely got in my way, god damn it. And my Chevrolet is not looking pretty hot right now. The thing is that you go through a high speed chicane and these guys block you like it's nothing. Come on, dude. This is a race, not like a Sunday stroll. Well, the good thing is that this car has like 4 lights in total on the back, so if 3 of them break, you still have another one. So even though they are supposed to be broken, it doesn't seem like they really care to actually have them not get lit. It's a little bit weird that they will go through the trouble of modeling the damage, but you can still see the lights turn on. Now, will I be able to reach these guys? But I'm getting close. According to the game, I don't have slipstream here. According to the game, this is still not slipstream distance, because when you are at someone's slipstream, it says drafting on the top. Oh, this one should hit, obviously. Slipstream distance. Yeah, there you have it. It says drafting. It seems like the drafting distance is a little bit short, isn't it? Or maybe it's just a matter of perspective. Maybe the perspective of this game is just a little bit hard to understand. Wow. I started braking so early and it still wasn't enough. Would be nice if that was also a stat that they had for each car, because so far they have acceleration, top speed, handling, and drifting. Would be nice if they have a stat for the brakes, like how good the brakes are, or how not good they are. Well, at least the front part of my car looks better than my rear. Oh, hello. Wait, who won? Did I win? Oh, I won. By almost nothing. Holy shit, that was pretty close. I almost right at the end. Well, even if I had got second place, I still would have gotten every single star regardless, so it wouldn't have been that bad. Look at how many overtakes the game wants me to. I unlocked the Vanquish. Oh, this was the one car that I used in my Gran Turismo 4 playthrough, I think. It was called Vanquish. Alright. Transatlantic Cup. So these are supposed to be supercars already, right? Yeah. Well, hypercars come after this, so I think we should be able to get there today at least. The question is, which one of this is an actual base car? Like a car that is in the base game. Because I feel like all of these are DLC. All of them. I had to take a guess, I will say this, but no, I think that's also DLC. Okay, this one is not DLC. You can tell by the fact that it's a boring car. Oh, this one is also not DLC, by the way. It's the one that I unlocked a couple minutes ago. Interesting colors. What about the customs? Well, the customs are always the same. But it is really a pain in the ass to do a a custom for each car. We'll take this one, I guess. But there are many good cars there. And I mean, I guess I could pick any of them because stat-wise this one seems to be very good anyway, so I might as well pick some of the other ones. Yeah, I think that it's a safe bet. If the car is non-European, it's most likely DLC. But you will probably see... Oh, that little guy is not DLC either. I don't remember unlocking it. Unless you have at least one car in each category, but I feel like that would have been an unlockable, probably. I don't know. I wonder, because you know, all this talk about European cars, but I don't know what brand this is. I don't know if it's a European brand or not. I don't even know the brand. Well, it's a little bit of a problem. The first place is getting quite far away from me. And it's another Porsche. I think it is. And they are shilling Porsche like there's no tomorrow here. So I'm less worried about getting first place and more worried about the objective time that I don't know if I can get. Yes, well, even if I don't get first place, it doesn't matter because the objective is a top 2 finish. But the time objective seems very important. Would probably like that. I should be able to, because this seems like it's full speed. Oh yeah, kinda. Yeah, that works. But yeah, the Porsche here seem to be... like the shielding seems to be on another level. Complete a clean lap. Oh, hold on, that's an interesting objective. Okay. I'll try, but I feel like that depends more on my opponents than it depends on me. How many laps do we have? 3? Okay. But yeah, look, if I don't get a clean lap, I'll blame my opponents. Let's see, like, for example, right there, you already had a vehicle impact. But it's pretty hard not to. But essentially, only once I'm first place, I can fully... not if they do that. I mean, that's pretty interesting that it counts as a vehicle impact when the guy crashed me from behind. Though, I don't think there will be any other way to know, because how will the CPU, well, the CPU, I mean the game itself, how will it know who is the culprit in a crash, right? You cannot know that. This is a problem, because even if it's 3 laps, this type of track seems like Well, it's not really about the track, it's about the opponents. It seems like these are the kind of opponents that will constantly stay on your ass and they won't let you go. I'll try my best. Well, there is another thing that definitely doesn't help, and that's the fact that the track is at night and it's extremely dark and it's obviously hard to see. Well, so far so good. It seems that the second place is white second right now, so I don't think he's gonna bother me for the time being. Yeah, okay, this will be the clean lap that I need. I think that it's actually gonna become daytime on the third lap. So even if you struggle a lot with the lack of light, you can wait until the last lap, I guess. Oh, it's still quite dark. It's just less dark. It's supposed to be the sunrise. But yeah, the time in the Driveclub warp flows in a very fast pace. Without a doubt. Will be interesting, right? Living in a world where a whole day is like only an hour long. You basically have day and night to be half an hour each. Will be an interesting thing. That was, well, clean as well, yeah. And as expected, the only lap that wasn't clean was the first one where I had all these assholes harassing me, so... Understandable. That's a lot of experience for the car. I unlocked the Ferrari Italia. Isn't that a little bit redundant? We already know that. Ferraris are made in Italy. Marussia Drift. Okay, well here you don't have a choice. Well, you have the choice for the color at least. Let's make it purple, why not? Might as well. I mean, this is a drift event after all. Doesn't matter too much. Hey, come on. Bring it on. But you cannot even tell that it's purple with this light anyways. Those were surprisingly some good drifts. I was expecting a disaster with that corner entrance, but it was actually very good, surprisingly. So that's a very fucked up sector, I guess. The speed zone starts when you kinda wanna drift instead. Okay, at least this is more than enough to get the... Oh, okay. I don't know if you crash, you lose everything or only the current drift. If you lose everything, it would have been a problem. Yeah, that'll work. I'll take it. I don't know if they buffed these events. I feel like they were a lot harder. It was a lot harder to get points before, but maybe I'm wrong. So the one that I unlock is this one, right? It's a Ferrari. at least the first time, might as well drive it in red. Like, the color red is very iconic. Oh, and this is a time trial. A single lap time trial. That wasn't very good. Oh, it seems that the AI for the Ghost uses that BAC mono car that is supposed to be like a single seat car. That's another one I could use. Simply because it looks stupid, so anything that looks stupid is pretty nice to at least try to use. Yeah, that wasn't very good. I need to surpass that. I might need a better car, but I don't know. I honestly don't think that the car is the issue. I think this is a driver issue, but especially if I do that. Okay, restart. Hey, I could also just pick that car and that's it. Wow, that's the second time I do. Okay, last attempt with this car and I'm switching to the VAC. We see. Okay, that doesn't count. I didn't think that the lap will start so fast. Hey, how is it going, Wasabi? Yeah, driver issue, but not a software driver. Here we're talking about a midware driver, you know? It's all in the body. Can you imagine that at some point, like, there is an AI overthrow and they call, like, organic human parts midware? That's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny term, actually, now that I think more about it. Just have midware. Wow, that last corner with this thing is shit. Okay. Alright, that's what you want. I'll bring the VAC mono, I don't mind. If that's what you want me to do, that's what you will see me do. So there is one. Oh, we cannot. Oh, well, but there is another one. Hold up. This one. Oh, it's a different one. KTM. Well, looks good enough. I guess. Maybe not. I'll try it though. Unfortunately, the VAC mono is locked behind clubs. Reminds me of the term flesh tubers as an opposite for VTubers, yeah. Yeah, VTuber fans are on a different level. VTuber fans are truly on a different level. I think that has to be a restart. Though I don't think this car is going anywhere either. Do I have to pick some really broken shit here or what? Because in this category, I don't have the Nissan, you know? The Nissan was part of the performance car category, it wasn't a supercar. I wonder what I have very broken as a supercar. Since every DLC is here, I must have one of those. My problem is this final corner because Seems that the AI does this without any issues, but I have issues here. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I mean, to be honest, I probably could have done that with the Ferrari Italia as well, if I had done the final corner properly. But if it's more fun to use whatever this thing is. KTM Etzbow. Pretty funny car. Very funny, in fact. Oh, Italy versus Germany? What do you mean Italy versus Germany? These guys are allies, well, they were. Also, it say hypercars. Damn, so we're actually getting to hypercars pretty quickly. I like that. Oh, and even the Pagani Juarez, this is one of the ones that I unlock. I'm pretty sure that the Lamborghinis are all DLC, aren't they? Like, there was a DLC specifically for Lamborghinis. I'm going with Pagani though. And you know that the Pagani is supposed to be a company created by an Argentinian, right? I think theoretically this is an Italian company. But I'm pretty sure the founder was Argentinian. Most likely of Italian ancestry, because Pagani is an Italian last name, but a lot of people that live here have that last name. Well, I wouldn't say an insane amount, but like Pagani is a relatively known last name here. You know, yesterday I was talking about my Italian and Spanish ancestry, but yeah, Pagani is definitely Italian, and you have it here. Hey, I'm pretty sure that the Pagani company was founded by an Argentinian. At least that's what I remember reading. Maybe instead of that is that one of the cars was designed by one, but I don't know, it's been a long time since I read that. So why does this thing have those little flaps on the back? Looks pretty funny, I gotta say. Like the little moving flaps. Now the issue is that, as you saw, this thing has very bad drifting. And normally you will think, well, who cares about the drifting if this is not a drift event? But the problem is that when you start drifting unwillingly, that's when it becomes a problem. Because that drift is gonna be bad and it's gonna make you lose time. But yes, you are not wanting to drift, but you can hardly avoid it. So that seems to be the worst part about this car. But I also seen that a lot of the other cars in the hypercars category have bad drifting. So I think that the car in front of me is another Pagani. It's a Pagani Sonda, which is supposed to be a previous model. Well, previous model, but I think it's supposed to be faster. Unfortunately, I think that the Pagani Sonda is also exclusive for club points. Like one of those that it's locked behind club progression, so we won't be able to have it. I mean, at least we have one of the Paganis, but we have the worst one. Damn, I barely got that face-off objective. Holy shit. Maybe you get more points when you follow the racing line with higher speed. It's just that this car, the moment you make it go like faster on corner exits, it loses control super easily. It's as I say, the drift is not good, so it loses control and it wastes time. Damn it, that's a shame though, that the only Pagani car that we can use is gonna suck balls. It's gonna suck balls. Or maybe I'm wrong and the Pagani Sonda is unlockable through driver level and not club level. Who knows? But more importantly, who cares? Well, I kinda care, but considering the amount of cars you have... Though, that's another thing, actually. The only reason why it seems like the game has a lot of cars is precisely because the DLC cars are included. I think that I remember that being a very common complaint about this game when it came out. That the car library that it had was pathetically small. Like, I think it only had 30 cars or something like that. So you didn't have much variety at all, but here, since you're also including all the DLC cars that are many, like the library is a different story, you know. I think that this is the last time that I'm picking this Waria. I think that this car unfortunately sucks a little bit of balls. Just a tiny bit. But enough to make it annoying to drive. Like, I didn't want to go straight to the Lamborghinis, but I think I will. You know that I really like Lamborghinis. The way they look, and also the fact that, aside from Le Mans prototypes, they are some of the fastest cars in the world, right? Like, outside of prototypes and Formula cars, they are very fast. It makes sense because Lamborghini... Wait, full house? What does that mean? I mean, I know what full house means. It's a poker hand, sure, but... What do you want me to... What are you telling me with that? I don't know. Maybe the amount of total stars I have? Hard to tell. The achievements are something that I can just check later. The only problem is that I'm pretty sure there were a lot of achievements that depended of online play, and obviously you're not gonna be playing online. So yeah. Well, that's actually a funny thing. Assuming the Driveclub servers were still alive, I still wouldn't be able to play online, because I will need a PlayStation Plus subscription, and I'm not gonna pay for that shit. I'm not paying for any online subscription. Hey, come on, dude. In fact, I still can't believe that that's still supposed to be a standard. That's crazy to me. Especially when PC doesn't do it. I mean, unless you're playing garbage like World of Warcraft. I mean, if you're playing that trash, that's a little bit on you. You know? You're playing shit like that? Yeah. You probably deserve it. So, they are also, well, since I'm playing a racing game, PC has a simulator that is very popular that is called iRacing, that has a subscription model that I think is absolute garbage, but it's certainly working for them. But yeah. Every time that I see something with a subscription model, I hope that whoever is using it goes bankrupt. But iRacing has been going strong for like 20 years, so I don't think they are removing that. It's that it's working very, very well for them. But yeah, not much of a reason to get rid of it. Alright, so here this lap time objective seems to be an issue. I know I have 5 laps to get this, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that easy. Well, since the face-off challenge in the previous race also was very tight to get, I assume this lap objective will also be hard to get. I almost got it though. It's like for less than half a second I didn't get it. I mean, I still didn't get it. So, at the end of the day, makes no difference how far I was from it if I couldn't get it. Alright. Is this gonna work? 9, 0, 1. Yeah, that will work. Well, now we only have to worry about driving to the end. That doesn't seem to be that much of a problem. Like, there was that one race where I used the Camaro against a Porsche, and we had a photo finish, which was pretty cool, but outside of that, so far there doesn't seem to be many occurrences where the second place is close to winning. Like, they always follow you from behind. So the only way that they could follow you closely is if you pick a car that has less top speed than one of your opponents. But here the hypercar seems that even though they are faster and slower cars, for the most part it seems that they all have very similar top speed. I mean, they are all supposed to be hypercars. They are all supposed to go very fast. That's the point of a hypercar. I guess if one of these hypercars went significantly slower than another one, how could you even consider it a hypercar, right? Well, that wasn't as clean as I would have liked, but it was enough to win all the stars and everything. And the other guy with a Pagani Huayra ended in second to last place. Sucks to suck, but what can you do? Oh, and I unlocked the Lotus Exige and Hennessy Venom GT. Oh, that looks like a... Oh, that's a paint shop exclusively for the Pagani. I wonder how many of those I unlock and I didn't realize. For other cars. British Supercar Series. Oh, I can pick the McLaren here, I'm assuming. Oh, no, because the McLaren... Well, yeah, this McLaren. You can also pick the Scatterham. But with that drifting, dude, that seems like a horrible idea. So I have 2 McLarens and an Aston Martin. Well, I think I rather pick the McLaren. So I like the way this one looks more, even though it seems to be inferior compared to the other one. These special ones are the ones that you unlock by leveling up the car. Just that since these are cars that I haven't used before, you're not gonna see shit. And that's a lot of orange tones for a single car. I like the first orange. It kinda looks red, but not quite, right? It's like in that fine line between red and orange. You can tell it's orange, but it's not like orange fruit, right? It's like a very shiny orange. I like it. Alright. This game also has McLaren hypercars that even have additional mechanics. Like, well, in fact, this game has 2 additional mechanics that some cars have, which are KERS and DRS. KERS is supposed to be kinetic or kinetic. I don't know how it's pronounced in English, but I think it's kinetic. Kinetic energy restore system or some shit like that. Which what essentially does is every time the car brakes, or at least I'm talking about how it supposedly works in real life. Every time the car brakes, you store that energy from the braking in like an auxiliary battery, and afterwards you can use that energy as some sort of turbo. In this game though, I'm pretty sure the way the KERS works is, well, as a turbo, yeah, but I don't think it has anything more than that. Maybe I'm wrong. And well, DRS is I don't know exactly what the acronym means, but it's the mechanic that the Formula 1 uses, that essentially gives you a slight boost when you're about to overtake a car. To overtake it. Oh, that was pretty bad. It was still enough to beat the face off though. The poor front glass of my McLaren not looking very nice right now. It's also pretty funny when you look here that the DLC cars only start appearing in the performance class, but every other previous class barely has any DLC car, because if people are gonna buy a DLC, they are most likely not gonna wait, my English is failing here. What I'm trying to say is that they are not gonna like the idea of purchasing a slow car. So most of the DLC cars are fast, as expected. Shame about my English though. It happens. It's the curse of the ESL, you know. When you are ESL, you are ESL. But it can happen to a non-ESL as well. I mean, a lot of times when I try to speak Spanish, I also get my words completely stuck in my head. And that's supposed to be my native language, you know. Oh, that... no way. I can't believe that happened. Team, that was heartbreaking. I can't believe an accident like that happened right at the end and it made me completely lose the event. That was so shitty. Fuck. I don't believe it. What I don't believe is that it was such a bad accident that it made me spin so badly. And right before the finish line. Team, that sucks. I don't believe it. It was absolutely terrible. The worst part is that it wasn't particularly a short race. Well, it wasn't that long either. Yeah. That's upsetting, I gotta say. Pretty upsetting. Yeah, whatever. Well, at least it counted the face-off challenge. I wonder if it's even gonna show up again. Maybe it won't show up. Who knows? Well, I think it should have already appeared here, right? Yeah, it was here. So yeah, I guess once you get a face-off challenge, it never ever appears again. That's pretty funny. Because essentially it becomes a one-off content that you can never experience again. Back when the servers were a thing, you had, as I keep mentioning, those face-off challenge happen with random players with their records. So you were never gonna run out of face-off challenge, but here that the game is completely offline, once you beat a face-off challenge, you say goodbye to it forever. You are never playing that face-off challenge again. Well, unless you create a new account, which is what I did in order to be able to progress, you know. Fuck me. The snow is killing me. But at least the snow physics seem to be pretty good, because it really makes you feel like you're trying to break through something very hard. I mean, snow at the end of the day is supposed to be like frozen water. Ooh, I almost fucked it up. Alright, so what happened on the final straight to somehow lose control and made me lose everything? Like, what was the issue? Was it a chunk of ice that cucked me? Most likely. Well, it was that part on the right, it wasn't on the left that I hit. Damn, that's crazy that I had to redo that whole thing simply because of that stupid ending. It's okay. It happens. This is a track with laps, isn't it? Yeah, well, in fact, one of the objectives is a lap time thingy. Alright, that corner was pretty bad. So you can already forget about getting the lap time on this first lap. It won't happen. But there are other laps to do it, so no problem. The corner is an issue. And I think that until I can overtake everyone, I don't think that lap time objective is gonna happen. I mean, at least when you're behind, you get the slipstream bonus, but the issue is that it's a double-edged sword, because you get the slipstream, but you also are more likely to crash from behind. To crash them from behind. But I'm in first place and I got the lap objective, so I don't think it matters too much. Pretty sad to see all those Driveclub flags in the background. Like they wanted to really make this a brand, and they failed horribly. Such a shame. Making a racing game, especially one with real brands and realistic graphics, is something that, unless you are already very well off, something that you don't want to bet on. So it's a way to speedrun bankruptcy. Okay, we have a roof. The Porsche. Oh, I like that color. Looks kinda golden. Right. It looks nice. It's supposed to be a time trial with a track that goes from point A to point B. It's supposed to be a Chilean track. This color makes this car look very nice. Oh, I think I brake a lot there. This car seems to be a good pick. I mean, it looks nice. It sounds nice. It seems that performance-wise, it does very, very well. Actually, reaching 300 kilometers per hour, huh? But it's interesting because this is the only car that you're allowed to use here, so I'm surprised that the target times are so far behind right now. You would think that it would be tighter, but no. At the same time, if it was tighter, people that are not good enough to beat the event will have no way to beat the event, because they couldn't just pick a faster car. But you know, there's something that I noticed. This game has a difficulty option. Like, aside from, you know, the actual, you know, brake assistance and the hardcore driving or whatnot, the events themselves have like an easy option. That if you beat it, it rewards you with like silver stars instead of gold stars. I think that they added that after the game release, because I don't remember it being there in the first place. That means that a lot of people probably complain about the difficulty of these events, but seems a little bit weird. Hey, come on, dude. I mean, if you find them hard, you can fully enable the brake assistance and it should be fine, right? Unless the brake assistance is legitimately bad and it actually doesn't help you. Could be. But this was absolutely free though. Tonnage? I don't know what that means. Did the game just insult me? How dare you call me a tonnage? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that word means. Or in what language it is. Alright, so this is a drifting challenge, so the last thing you wanna use is this Caterham. Probably want to use this thing. Or I could use this one, since I already leveled it up a bit. Not enough to unlock one of these. See? Well, here actually tells you. Oh, you unlock them all when you reach level... Oh, only the flake. Flip it's unlocked on level 10. Chrome in level 15. And I think that that might apply to every car. Well, that's interesting. At first I thought it was French, but no, it apparently means the weight of the car in tons. So maybe the game is trying to tell me that that car was a fat fuck. It certainly didn't look more fat than the Camaro, or this one for that matter. Or maybe it's the opposite, that it was a very lightweight car. Because that sounds like a typical car that looks super big, but in reality is very lightweight and very easy to use, right? But that somehow counted even though I went off track. I'm glad. Hey, thanks for the information. Appreciate it. Wow, that was enough? No way. Alright, I'll take it. So that unlocks the flake thingy. That's cool. Well, if there is another event that can use this car... Oh, no, we're going to Ferrari. And look at all the Ferraris I have. The F50, this is a classic. Isn't this... No, it was the Testarossa, the one that but isn't it this one? Maybe not. Hold up, I have it back there. No, it's a different one. I'm pretty sure it's the Testarossa, but I don't think it's in this game. It's too old to be in the game. I'm pretty sure the F50, these two are also old. I'm almost sure. But that being said, I wanna use this one. As old as it is, I wanna use it. We don't have the Testarossa. That's a wasted opportunity. Come on, dude. That legendary car. The one that you see back there. That's an Outrun poster. Well, poster. It's a frame, not a poster. That's the... Wow, that looks so cool from behind. But it certainly makes the car looks bigger than it is. That's because of the camera more than anything, I think. It also sounds very good. It sounds fantastic. Though as fantastic as it looks and sounds, is it enough to beat these guys? It is supposed to be an old car, while all these guys are supposed to be modern. Can I do that? Ouch. Damn it, stop kicking my ass. Literally. Wow, the front looks even worse. And poor guy. He has been taking a beating. I tried to avoid it, but I couldn't. Oh, nice corner. There was a sign that said stop. No, I'm not stopping. There are no brakes in this car. Well, they are, but I don't want to use them. Not when a sign tells me to stop. I'll stop when the flags tell me to stop. those flags on the side are the ones that decide my behavior. It almost looks, if you look at the front of the car, like it has eye bags. Like this car is tired of this shit, you know? Car doesn't want to run anymore. I mean, after getting punched like you did, I don't blame you. I mean, it looks so nice. It really does. I feel like I remember that the visual damage model in this game will make some cars have their parts hanging. But maybe I'm confusing it with Need for Speed Rivals. Because you know that I played this game and Need for Speed Rivals at a very close time. Like, I mean, well, Need for Speed Rivals, if I'm not mistaken, released in 2013, right? And this game released a year afterwards. I think that was the game that had a damage model that had the cars with like the rear bumper hang until it finally, you know, just flies off the car. They had a very very nasty damage model. I mean, nasty as in well done, but that it made the cars look super fucked up. I mean, I really should play Rivals again. I don't think I want to wait until I play heavily Need for Speed before I get to Rivals. Like, I just wanna play Rivals. And I have it on PC. But actually, now that I think about it, you know how the other day, well, some time ago, I was talking about the fact that there are not many games that I own in 2 platforms. One of the only ones is Project Diva. But Need for Speed Rivals is also one of those. Like, I have it on PS4 and on PC. On the same... actually, now that I think about it, I have it physically on PS4. So I was about to say I have it in this same PS4, but not really. Like, I would have to put the disc to play it. And I don't think I even have the disc here. Ah, shit. I wanted to get to the speed objective. That's why I didn't brake earlier, but it's okay, don't worry about it. You know, I wonder, Wasabi, if I'm influencing you to play racing games the same way that I might have influenced you to play Street Fighter. Am I? I don't think I am I? Because maybe with Street Fighter you were already interested before you saw me play it, most likely. Well, not to mention that Street Fighter is like one of the most iconic game franchises in video games. Not really, this doesn't look interesting to me. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, I think that racing games are the one thing that... Because, you know, a lot of the games that I played, I made a lot of people be tempted to play them. Ironically, Genshin Impact being one of them. But the thing is that I feel like I never really made someone that wasn't already into racing games play racing games. And most of the people that come here that are fans of racing games were already fans before they watch me, you know? So I don't think I'm gonna win this race. It doesn't matter, but... Well, maybe I will, actually. Oh, I might... Yeah, I will. Oh. Get on. Nice. I haven't exactly gotten started playing Street Fighter yet. I'm definitely more of an outsider. It's fine. I mean, when it comes to fighting games, honestly, getting into fighting games is very hard. Now, you will have to be... You will have to have the right circumstances to get into a fighting game. It's not very easy. Oh, the pro trophy, I can't believe I'm a pro. Already? So what do I have here? There's also a Nissan in the supercar category, now that I see it. I could pick any of the supercars. Well, that's not even the same Corvette I used before. Well, I could pick the car that I choose unlock, right? Might as well. I really like that paint job. I want to see what else it has, but I think I'm picking the default one. Yeah, I'm picking the default one. Like, this one just looks very nice. Well, it's the same color as the other Porsche I used earlier. Yeah. Let's Porsche it up. Yeah, in my case, the game that really got me into fighting games was Street Fighter 4. That game is fantastic. And I was watching a set today, and man, competitive Street Fighter 4 was so good to watch. Was so good to watch because you could tell that the people... Oh shit, hold up. I didn't expect a face-off this early. You could tell that the people playing Street Fighter 4 at that level were people that played very well, you know? They were people that were extremely good at the game. And everything they did was very premeditated. Like, essentially watching a competitive fighting game nowadays, like any of the popular ones, like take your pick, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, but there aren't really that many more that people actually play that much. Those games are nothing compared to their predecessors in terms of how much technical skill and knowledge you need to compete at a high level. And I mean, it makes sense, because fighting games are dead enough as they are, so if you want more people to play them, you gotta simplify them. But I feel like at the same time, if Street Fighter 4, instead of these assholes of Capcom releasing Street Fighter 5 and shitting on the series like it's nothing, if Street Fighter 4 remained competitively not viable, like if it had the support from Capcom to still be a competitive game, I'm pretty sure that it will be in a similar... I mean, maybe not that high, but it will be in a similar situation to Dota. Because you know that Dota is a game that, I mean, it has updates and all of that, but it's still the same game that people have been playing for years. Like, they didn't release a Dota 3 that was extremely casualized and easy to play. And I feel like if Street Fighter 4 kept being like the latest Street Fighter game and it was still being played competitively to this day, it might have been able to reach numbers to rival Dota. But instead of that, Street Fighter 5 took such a massive shit in the competitive scene that it never recovered, really. Do you know the development history of Street Fighter 5? Well, I mean, the only ones that know the full story are obviously Capcom themselves, but Street Fighter 5 at the beginning kinda wanted to be like a very realistic looking game. Like if you see a screenshot of how the game was gonna look, like it had a relatively realistic art style. And on top of that, you also, well, they always had the idea of making it have like that free-to-play model where you earn tickets by playing daily and shit like that, and you have multiple season passes and all that garbage. Except that they have the brilliant idea to also ask full price for it. So I think that the development of that game was not... It didn't have a single direction. It was probably a mess. But yeah, what I do know is that that game is trash. Long distance. I guess that's because I drive a lot or something. Maybe. Every time that Street Fighter V comes up, I cannot help but shit on it, because it deserves nothing less. But yeah. Street Fighter 4 was very good. And despite what some people might want to you know, what a lot of people do like to rewrite history, right? Everyone loved to watch Street Fighter 4. That's the thing. Even people that didn't play the game very well, or even people that didn't even play the game, really love watching it. It was a fantastic game to watch, because you really could tell. I mean, it's like watching, I mean, it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it was like watching a sport, like a physical sport. Because you know that the people that are there are people that do things that you will never do in your life. Like, they are people that are doing some stuff that is almost hard to believe a human can do it. Well, Street Fighter 4, even though it obviously doesn't have the physical strain that real sports have, the amount of shit that the top players did at that game in a championship environment, a tournament environment, right? It's crazy. Like, if you go watch a top level set of Street Fighter 4 and you try to replicate the things that the players are doing, and when I say replicate them in training mode. Like, forget about doing it against another player. Try to do that stuff in training mode and see how long it takes you. And the fact that these players were doing it in real time while the opponent was, you know, just like any opponent, you don't know what it's gonna do, so you have to, on top of being, you know, have amazing execution, you also have to think and react to what your opponent does. And the moment you get a hit, all the execution needed to pull off like an optimal combo, right? That shit is crazy to think about. Street Fighter 4, and it wasn't even the hardest Street Fighter to play. Games that came before that had a lot more fucked up shit even. But that one is like the one that everyone agreed to kind of be like, yeah, this is the game that I want to see succeed. And the only ones that didn't think that way were Street Fighter haters. The people that like fighting games, and also Street Fighter especially, like, it's like everyone secretly agreed, hey, this is the game that we want to invest time in. Invest time playing it, watching it, like supporting official events and merchandise. But that's something that I don't see that really being the case anymore. Because despite the tournament winnings, like in terms of money, being a lot bigger than it was in the Street Fighter 4 era, I don't think the community engagement is at the level that it was during Street Fighter 4. I really don't think it was. It is, I mean. Hey, what can you do? You know, to go back in time and tell Capcom to not release Street Fighter 5. But ironically, if they just kept releasing characters in Street Fighter 4, costumes and all that shit, like basically support Street Fighter 4 the same way that Riot supports League of Legends, for just to give a random example. And I feel like they probably could have made more money than releasing Street Fighter 5 and all the shit that happened afterwards. Impossible to know, because that will require you to hop into an alternate universe, but I feel like they could have made so much more money if they fully focus on one game and give it as much long-time support as possible. But I'm probably wrong. The only way to know that is by, you know, asking the accountants at Capcom, obviously. The people that manage the numbers. Not some random guy playing Driveclub, that's for sure. Not some clueless ESL playing Driveclub. But yeah. I really do miss the Street Fighter 4 competitive scene. Well, the same reason, the same way that people that were during the Street Fighter 3 days probably missed that competitive scene. Well, that was enough for the objective. Well, in that case, this car has to be absolutely broken, because that was an extremely shitty lap. I was still able to... Well, considering that in the previous race, I was essentially ahead of everyone by a lot, it doesn't really surprise me that... It doesn't surprise me that I can get this without trying. You see, I did it after getting this penalty, just like I did here. A penalty that supposedly slows you down a lot, and yet it's like, doesn't matter. Like, who cares? You can get it regardless. I think this Porsche is a little bit busted, and it's what I say. I feel like Porsche pays every single video game to shield them as the ultimate car. Like, Porsche is the end all. I almost lost that. At this point, losing doesn't really make a difference, guys. Oh wait, that wasn't... I thought that was the final lap. Well, oops, my bad. It was not the final lap. A little bit late to say that, I guess. It was not the final lap. Indeed it wasn't. That at least didn't count as cutting the corner. Seems that every time I do that corner, I do it super slow. But we're fine. And that was the final lap. With the two Porsche at the top. Oh, the McLaren is the one that got second place. We got the Pro Trophy. India fan. Am I? And look, an Audi Savant. Okay. I think in one of the previous ones I might have unlocked the special paints, but I don't know. So here I'm assuming we're gonna see a lot more hypercars. Like maybe not even supercars anymore. So yeah, we start seeing the hypercars show up. Yeah, this is the McLaren I remember. I think this one is the one that has cars, or is that another one? It might be another one. Oh, this one has cars, for example. The shower. You have the Koenigsegg and some Lambos. Lamborghini Veneno. Damn, there are so many hypercars that I can pick. And this one has both cars and DRS, this McLaren, so that's the one I remember. Okay, well, I say I wouldn't pick the Pagani Huayra again. The thing is that I want to see how the special color looks like. Well, it has 5 to pick from. They don't seem very special, I guess. I'm picking this one. Wait, what was this event about? Kinda didn't pay attention to that. Oh, it's a time trial. Called Canadian Rally. Yeah, I might need another car to do this. We will see, maybe it's not that bad. The problem is that this color you cannot really tell the pattern if you just look at the rear. Like most of the stuff is right on the front. That wasn't that bad, all things considered. Well, that was bad. I feel like in something like this, I probably would have to pick a car that has both cars and DRS. Probably. Because those are literally just buttons to go faster. They might keep getting corner penalty. That's because these corners suck. What do you want me to do? That's gonna cost a little for the paint job. Like all these corners make you think. No, okay, hold up. We're not gonna go anywhere with this car. So yeah, no, we gotta pick a better one, and we have a lot of good choices. Actually, this one. It doesn't seem like the handling is as good. I don't know if I want to go for that car. It seems very bad on drifting, though. Most of these are very bad on drifting, really. Maybe the Enzo Ferrari. Or I could go for this. I mean, all things considered, it looks standard enough, right? Yeah, we'll just use this. Well, standard is a way of saying, I mean standard stat-wise. The way it looks is not standard at all. I didn't want to pick the ones with curves and DRS because of the lack of drifting, but maybe I should have. I don't know, we will see. Maybe this guy can do it well enough. I don't know if that counts as well enough. Maybe not. Is that little drift that you do at the end makes you waste a lot of time, even when it's supposedly a car with good drift. That it just happens regardless on corner exit. Okay, that's a corner that you can take so much faster than the AI. But more than a corner, it's supposed to simply be a bridge. That was weird. We might need to, after all, go for the curves and DRS car. Might be needed. But it was an exaggeration, but we are... I don't think we're beating this otherwise. Or maybe these ghosts are gonna slow down later on by a lot or something. That's just wishful thinking. Well, that guy slowed down there. He'll probably crash against the corner, but not this guy here, unless he does it later as well. There is not much track remaining here. So he kinda slows down there, actually. Damn. So they only return at the end. That's a little bit fucked up, because I could have probably done it with the Huari as well. Well, I'll take it. Why not? Yeah, that was weird. So, UK versus US. Damn. Colonizers versus colonized. US is supposed to be the shower and this one, right? I guess. Well, the thing is that I really like this McLaren, so yeah. I'm sorry, Wasabi, but I'm picking UK here. Oh, you cannot change the color, really? I mean, you can... Well, that's weird. Wait, why can you change the livery, but you cannot change the factory color? What kind of stupid shit is that? Like, at that point, just remove the option altogether. Well, I am glad that you let me do custom decals, but a little bit weird. Alright. There's a cornering face-off. Oh, and this is a track without laps. So that face-off, you gotta do it at the first try. That could be an issue. It is supposed to be a classic car. So classic that this was a car that was in like one of the first Need for Speed games. Like in Need for Speed 2 and 3, this was a car. I think that it only... I'm not sure, I might be wrong, but I think it only made it on the Gran Turismo games on the PS3. I don't think it was on the PS2 ones. Well, in fact, I don't think McLaren was a brand on the PS2 ones at all. I might also be wrong about that. But at least I don't remember it being the case. So the most important here is nailing the cornering face-off, because you only have one shot, and otherwise you have to redo the whole thing. Oh, don't lose control. Wow. It's a very fast car, the one that is behind me. I think he's cheating with DRS. The guy's a cheater. I don't even see you. I think that's supposed to be one of the American cars. Well, I mean, yes, it is good. I'm pretty sure that, well, the two McLarens are UK for sure, but I think the other two are supposed to be US. Yeah, this part, if it's too picky like one of the previous ones, this might be a problem. No, thankfully you have a lot of... Oh, what the... Alright, this guy is fast. This guy is not fooling around. I don't care. I'm gonna make McLaren win. Whatever it takes. Now, will I get the time objective though? Even if I get the first place objective, without the time objective, it's the same as nothing. No, I will get it, nice. Also, how is it going, Sunshine? Yeah, I'm just here playing Driveclub as I was, you know, suggesting some time ago. Yeah, the NSA Venom is the one that was behind me. Supposed to be an American car, I think. Or maybe it's also UK. Chungara Challenge. Is this also in Chile? Wasn't this supposed to be like... I thought Chungara was in Bolivia, wasn't it? Maybe it is in Chile. Or maybe it's in like the border between the two. I'm pretty sure they are border, right? Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I could try using the Koenigsegg. It's a pretty cool car. So cool that you cannot change the color. Is it a good game? Well, I like it, personally. I mean, I already played it back when it released, so I already knew what to expect, but I like it. But you gotta like racing games. You know? If you like racing games, you're probably gonna like it. It's hard to tell, guys. A lot of people considering that the main thing about the game is playing online, and the online is obviously not available since the game is delisted. A lot of people will probably think that the single player content is bland. Fuck, I completely lost controller. I personally like it though. I personally really like it. It's a little bit of an exclusive game considering that it's not on sale anymore, so unless you somehow have a computer that can emulate it well, Wow, this car loses control like it's nothing. Holy shit. Maybe I have to pick another car. Like, this car oversteers more than, well, I don't know. That's something that oversteers a lot. Like, it's especially bad in corner. I think the car that is on the lead is the Pagani Sonda, isn't it? Corner penalty. Come on. There was barely anything to skip there anyways. Yeah, unfortunately, this car is terrible to drive. It really is. I guess the Koenigsegg is gonna go to the... Well, there's nothing here suggesting that the handling is bad. That's weird. What should I pick then? I mean, I could pick this Porsche again, I guess. I already picked it before, and it did very well back then. I come to realize I only like Ridge Racer for racing games. Well, that's an interesting realization. Well, I like Ridge Racer a lot, yeah. I mean, it's essentially my favorite racing game franchise, but I essentially like every racing game. I feel like it's pretty hard to see me not liking a racing game. I feel like even the most mediocre racing games are something that I will probably like. Like, I'm just made for racing games. I'm made for racing games, and racing games are made for me. It's a symbiotic relationship, you know? Okay. And the top time is... Seems like it's gonna be rough to beat. Well, the problem is that if that is a Pagani Sonda, I don't have a Pagani Sonda, you know? I don't think I will have it either, because of what I say that it needs probably a club to do it. That's an issue. I mean, there are a lot of cars to try and beat this, but... Yeah, precisely the one used here, I cannot use it. At least that's what I'm assuming the Ghost is. I mean, it looks like one. It is the final restart before switching cars again, but I really don't know what I will even switch it to. Maybe I could try one of the electric cars. I mean, I don't see why not. Could always work out. So I'm really fucking up that corner exit like there's no tomorrow. You can see that even my PB is very ahead of me here. It was interesting that it didn't count as an off-track penalty. I ended up wasting time, I guess. Ironically here, if you just crash against the walls like that, you're probably gonna do the whole thing faster. But this is not working. I need a better car. I mean, we're talking about acceleration and top speed. You can see a lot of this like this, but Is that this is rear mid drivetrain. Like you would probably want a 4WD or similar, right? Do I bring out the Lambo? Right. Deploy the Lambo. So since it's called Veneno, it's better to make it either green or purple, right? It seems that it has green only. Alright. It's time to deploy the Lambo. We have been humiliated for long enough. So now the Lambo will have to enter the scene. You know that when you're deploying a Lambo, that things are getting serious. Okay, not bad. Seems that my PVs is still better though with the Porsche. Seems that section, the AI does it a lot faster. Well, ironically, that was a PV, or was it? It was a PV. Not by much, almost barely even a PV though. At least here I have a different ghost that is gonna be more similar to what I do with this car, I guess. It was a very early break, but I don't think it will make much of a difference. I guess instead of watching my ghost, I should be watching my opponent's ghost. I think that's the corner that I lose all my speed. Or rather, all my advantage compared to the AI. Will this be enough? It was nice. See, it's what I told you. I had to deploy the Lambo. Yeah, I just had to. See, the Lambo doesn't betray. The Lambo had to come to the rescue. Nice. Alright, so we're going to India with... Oh, the Savage, right? Yeah, the Savage Rivali. Okay. Gotcha. We'll pick a... I could just pick this color, why not? Make it look... Make it pop, right? Make it pop in your eyes. So what's the objective here? Well, standard stuff, nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, I want to stand out from my rivals. Just picking the most vibrant color that I can find, you know? Well, here, let's say that we fail this one. We cannot deploy the Lambo even if we wanted. This is the only car that's allowed here. You got the speed objective. You almost got the death objective as well. That's fine. The only other problem here is doing the race fast enough. Well, usually when it comes to a full-length track, the time that they require you to beat doesn't seem like it will be that hard to do, so I think that we're fine. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, this car seems to understeer a lot. Has some understeering issues, I feel. A collision penalty. Well, at least they only give you the collision penalty when you crash against them super fast. Not when you slightly collide them like this, right? It's like the speed difference has to be very big to get that penalty. Now the good thing here is that I don't really need to win the race to get all the stars. Right? Well, it seems that I will win regardless, so probably shouldn't worry about that. But no, at that point the only worry is the amount of time to reach the finish line and see if I can actually get it. Will it be enough? 10 seconds remaining. 1, 2, 3. No, it's fine. It is fine. It's as I say, most of the long races tend to have a very permissive objective that is not a problem. Oh, I unlocked the aerial atom. Or Ariel Atom. Nice. That looks cool. Looks like a very small formula car. Can I use it here? Hypercar Masters. Oh yeah, it seems that you can use anyone. Oh wait, is it not a hypercar or did I pass it? Huh. Well, that's weird. Also, as expected, yeah, the Pagani Sonda needs to have a club. Wait, this is... No way. How don't I have this one? Pretty sure I had this DLC. Unless I don't have the level yet. Level 6 of the Ferrari owner. Oh, well, you can unlock that later. Whatever, I got distracted. Hold up. Let me pick... Well, I could go back to the Lambo. But... might as well. Though not with this color. Honestly, I thought that color would look better, but not really. It's just that this car is called Lamborghini Veneno. Veneno means poison in Spanish and maybe in Italian as well. But yeah. I thought that the green was very related to it. I mean, it is very related to it, but... It's whatever. It sounds very powerful, without a doubt. But not only that, but it also looks like an absolute monster. Like you're driving a monster car right here. I'm also pretty sure that this Lambo was a DLC. I mean, now I'm surprised how that Koenigsegg Agera not showing up. Not only because it's a DLC and I'm pretty sure I have all DLCs, but also because I remember using it. I know that there's also the Koenigsegg 1, but I'm pretty sure I used the Agera as well back when I played this game on release. Like, I'm so sure I used that car. So the fact that it's locked, well, it also makes me worry that there might be a DLC that is locked even though it shouldn't be. Ah, shit. But considering that it's on the right side and in the middle of other cars, it might be that you just need to have a certain level to unlock it, and that's it. And I mean, it shows you the store. I don't know why it shows you the store. But yeah. Maybe it's just a bug. Who knows? Or maybe it's one of those cars that you can... Because that's also another common thing in a lot of games, that you have DLCs to unlock stuff that you can already unlock in the game by playing. But if you're a lazy fuck that doesn't want to unlock them, you can pay to unlock them immediately. I don't know if that's the case there or what. Because as I mentioned, I should have every DLC except for the bikes ones. Ouch. That was bad. Now that it's fine. And this car is very good. Well, not to mention, one of my opponents is using the Agera, so I'm pretty sure that when your opponents use a car, it means that that car is not DLC, unless you are playing the DLC campaigns. But if you're not playing the DLC campaigns, that should be part of the base game. Not to mention that I think I also remember both Koenigsegg games being part of the base game, so... I don't know. Whatever. I mean, with the amount of other cars you have, it's not that I'm worried that I cannot use that one. Like, who cares? Especially when I have this Lambo, you know? Have a Lambo like this, and you think to yourself, why do you need more? You know? Not to mention that it's not the only Lambo you have. You have the Sesto Elemento, you have I think you have the Huracan as well, Aventador. I think you have a lot of Lambos in the game. Because as I say, I think one of the DLCs is specifically about Lambos. Like, it's all about Lambos everywhere. The thing is that I'm mostly worried not because of the car itself, but because I'm worried that one of the DLC campaigns might not be available, even though I should have them all. But I think I do have them all. Well, if I don't, we will see when the time comes. But for now, just focus on the task at hand. Nice. That's not the right way, though. That's certainly not the right way. So now I'm curious how that Ariel Atom, what type of car is it? Maybe it is a supercar and not a hypercar. A possibility. That guy on the lead, is being a problem to reach. Is he using that one car on the UK versus US showdown? It feels like it is the same one. So is that car broken or what? Because no matter how much I drive, it seems that I cannot get closer to him, right? I mean, it's not like I'm driving spectacularly, but I feel like at this point I should have gotten, well, okay. That's how you get closer, I guess. And the way the engine sounds is absolutely delightful. It really is. What an insane car. There is a reason these are luxury cars, you know. You ain't owning something like this, I can tell you. Not to mention that these cars are always... like, it's not like these are extremely mass produced. There are only some of these that get produced. Because obviously they don't expect an extremely big amount of people to be able to purchase them. That was a good drift, actually. I was gonna hit the wall, but no. That was pretty nice. Also, you know that this feels like a new track? I really wonder how many tracks here are actually new. That Hennessy Venom, that guy, is the same one from the UK versus US championship. Seems that guy might be a little bit busted. I got the paint shops for the Lambo. And then there is a championship here. No, never mind. Not yet, it's on the way there. And that's the end of the campaign, isn't it? Like 12, 18, and plus 9 is 27. Yeah, that's where the main campaign ends. We're close to that. Right, Norwegian stuff. Oh, this is supposed to be a supercar. So all of this, for the most part, have terrible drifting. But on the right side, yeah, if all of them have it, it's not like you have much of a choice. I'm very tempted to get into this Caterham, though. Not for any other reason than the way it looks. I just really like the way it looks. It has two colors. Whatever. Let's get into it. So what is this supposed to be? Wait, it has two seats? What? Really? It's like, are you supposed to have a co-pilot on this shit? I thought that this was a single seat car. I mean, it kinda looked like an LMP, but it's supposed to actually be like a small car. Like, I can tell you LMPs are not small at all. This car is more like I don't know, a karting. It's a weird car. Because the other ones definitely look more like karts. I mean, very powerful karts, I guess, but something more similar to that. But this thing, like, it has the shape of an LMP, but it's clearly not an LMP. You know? Unless it really was an LMP, pretty sure LMPs are supposed to be single seat, no matter what. I mean, why would you want a second seat? are supposed to drive on your own, right? Well, having a second seat could be useful for endurances, so it's easier to switch the pilot. But yeah, I still don't think that's how it works. You will switch regardless, just will take slightly longer. Okay, so the real challenge here is not winning. The challenge is getting into getting the lap record. Yeah, I really like this car. Now, something that's pretty clear by looking at this is that Ariel Atom has insane acceleration. I think that you already saw it in the stats screen, but the acceleration on that thing is absolutely unreal. It seems that one of the weaknesses of that car is that it doesn't reach a very high top speed, which this one that I'm using right now does reach a high one. Okay. Is this enough for the lap? Yeah, it is enough. Nice. In that case, the only thing that is left is the well, it's winning, though you don't really need to win, you just need to get top 3. Wait, actually, this is supposed to be a championship. Well, that's a pretty long race for a championship, I gotta say. It's fine. Oh, that's bad. Fuck. That rock was in a very rough spot. In general, this track is extremely dangerous for, you know, for trying to get close to the wall. If you get too close, you're gonna end up hitting the ice or a rock. I guess the wilder thing is that, isn't this supposed to be a tutorial track? Doesn't seem to be something particularly easy for a tutorial. Well, it might be a slightly different version, I guess. Oh, they had an accident. You look at the minimap. Well, I had also an accident before, so I cannot blame them. I mean, this is a hard track, without a doubt. Unless I get into another accident, I shouldn't lose this. Also, you know, something that I find surprising about the UI of this game is that you can have the total time of the lap, of the track, I mean, of the race, but you don't really have the lap time. I mean, you can see the lap time when you have a lap time objective, but nothing in the UI shows you the actual lap time at all. And no one picked the Caterham. Well, maybe this car that I'm using is DLC. Because everyone either picked the VAC Mono or the Ariel Atom. So this one is most likely a DLC. But why not, right? Though ironically, I feel that I am in disadvantage versus the Ariel Atoms. Because even if this might have slightly higher top speed, I don't think that's relevant in the majority. Oh shit, that guy spin out. I don't think that's relevant in the majority of the... Well, you can see here that my top speed, assuming it's higher, is not doing shit. Though it seems that the biggest weakness of that Atom guy is that... Well, the car is that it has bad handling, not that it has bad top speed. It seems very frequent to see the AI completely oversteer. I guess that's the real catch of that car. Well, it seems like the Caterham can effortlessly do a lot of these corners. So what it might not be able to do effortlessly is the lap time. I first of all have to get the first place so none of these guys bother me. Okay, as you can see here, you can see the big difference on their acceleration. Oh, that was pretty good. I didn't really crash against them that badly, and I was able to do the chicane without skipping it, so very nice. Careful. You're not the one that's supposed to be oversteering here. So that final set of corners is very tricky. A lot of very small corners that kinda join together into a big one. Also, that lap time was free. It was only the first lap that was a problem, as always. Even in that other lap that my opponents kinda got in the way, was not a problem. A goofy ass car. I mean, really the goofiest thing about this car is that it has a co-pilot seat. That is by far the goofiest thing about this car. But, I mean, the fact that it looks like a Le Mans prototype, even though that it's a miniature car, is funny, yes, but having two seats for no reason, I think, makes it even funnier. Like, it's just so out of place, you know? So stupid. That was a nice piano stepping. A good corner, basically. Was that a clean lap? So I think that when the lap started, I was already off track. It would be funny if it wasn't clean because of that. No, it was a clean lap. Alright. So, well, I guess the Caterham sweep the floor with everyone. Okay. Give it to me. I unlock a Mercedes-Benz AMG. Like, that's like the 5th AMG I have in this game. So many of them. Alright. Pagani Drift? Oh, really? Huh? Guess we gotta be drifting. Can pick a better flake here. Honestly, all of these are kinda lame. All things considered. I pick this one, I guess. Like, I guess the best ones are the other ones, but I mean, reaching level 10 or 15 with these cars is because you played online a lot, I guess. I don't think you have that many opportunities in single player to... Well, unless you constantly only pick one car, but... I mean, there are multiple events that require you to pick specific cars, precisely like this one. Like here, unless you pick a Pagani, you are not participating. I have a feeling that they buff the amount of drift points that you get in these events, because I feel that when I did this on release, you did not get this amount of drift points at all. I feel like this was so buff. Because I cannot believe that I suck that many balls at doing this. It's like here, there is a very exponential thing that you get from drifting. Like, the moment you accelerate a little bit while drifting, or if you're already going fast, it gives you an insane amount. World Hypercar Series. So you can pick any of them, I guess. Well, I guess the reason why this Hennessy Venom is broken is because it's one of the last ones you unlock, right? I mean, I could use one of the... Hold up, what are the objectives? Lap time? Problem is that this type of cars feels like they will suck so many balls on corners. That's my problem with them. But I guess might as well try. Look. Oh, this car is so exclusive that not only you only have the factory paint job, but you cannot change the color of the factory paint job. So this is a car that has both KERS and DRS. So that's interesting. Yeah, well, it tells you here. Holding the KERS button gives you an instant boost of power, improving your vehicle's acceleration. And then activating DRS enables to reach a higher top speed, so it can make it harder to control. Wait, is DRS a toggle or what? Yeah, DRS is a toggle. Differently from Formula 1, it seems to be completely unlimited. Or maybe it isn't, actually. Okay, never mind. But yeah, the KERS is supposed to be a nitro, essentially. Like, they say all that bullshit, but this is a nitro. Nothing more, nothing less. So I think that at the very least... Okay, okay, no, don't worry, we're fine, we're fine. Don't panic, we're okay. I was out to say, I think that the good thing is that at least they respect the way it works. I was saying it earlier, but KERS stands for Kinetic Energy Recovery System, because it captures the kinetic energy that you get while braking, and then you can use it to go faster. I don't know if here it actually recovers by braking or if it recovers automatically though. I mean, it's hard to tell because of the UI shake, you know? Like, I can't tell if it's automatic or if it's only while braking. if it tried to be like reality, it should be wall breaking. Who knows? Also, this car is fucking broken. I mean, having cares is extremely busted. Because DRS, you can say that it gives you the, well, in this game, the disadvantage that handling becomes worse, but like you can obliterate everyone here effortlessly. You can already tell that the second place is so far behind, it's just crazy. So that makes me think that this McLaren was a DLC. I don't think... Well, not to mention that I didn't see myself unlocking this while I was leveling up, so it most likely is DLC. But then it's so busted, it makes me not want to use it. Look at the minimap, dude. Look at how far the second place is. This is just complete obliteration. I think I'm not picking this car again unless I'm getting absolutely destroyed. It's like I'm just leaving these guys behind like they were absolutely nothing. This is a scrubs car. Unbelievable. I mean, to the point that you can barely see the other guys in the minimap. Like, they are so far behind, it's like they are not even part of the same race. Well, I guess it is what it is. Yeah, it was extremely fast. I mean, look at that. I'm the only one on the leaderboards, and the second place only showed up 8 seconds later. Though this is not the only P1 in the game. Apparently the one behind me has another P1. So this one is the broken version, I guess. Well, that's funny, I guess. Pretty funny. But in that case, I probably want to see how the normal one is then. Assuming it exists, of course. Well, the bright side is that this is one of those that has the objective of lap time. Using a car like this allows you to make the objectives trivial. I don't know if wanting to do things trivial is something I would want to see them. That guy got bugged. Yeah, that wasn't a good lap at all, obviously. A pretty bad lap. Pretty hard to see anything right now. So just like in Formula 1, it seems like the DRS automatically gets disabled when you brake. So yeah, it works like that. It's just like here you can use it wherever you want. Instead of using only to overtake here, It's like a wild card. Use it wherever you want, whenever you want. That's also the other thing. In Formula 1, you can only use it in some specific sectors, not in the whole track, you know. Look at these random tires in the middle of the road. If this had more realistic physics, you definitely don't want to go where those tires are. Not a good idea at all. That corner is super tough. Like it comes out of nowhere and it's so slow. Well, this race wasn't as free as the previous one. Maybe the AI is just bad on the previous track and that's it. Oh, that's a wild name. Gumpert, Apollo, and Rage. What a name. Well, I got that. Oh, and I'm a Canada fan apparently. According to that achievement. Well, that accolade. It's not an achievement. So how many events are left here? We have one here for a whole lap and then the final championship. Well, and here you don't have a choice. You need to pick this Hennessy whether you like it or not. I guess we can pick it yellow, why not? Yeah. This thing... It's a hot lap, but where? Oh, it's in the India track, but which one? Something tells me that this is gonna take a while, because of two things. The first one is that there is no other car that you can pick, so you cannot just pick a broken car to do this. Like, you have to do it with this one. I mean, this car is already quite broken on its own, but the point is that there is no beating the AI with a superior car. But also, this is the final event before the final championship. That's what makes me think that this is gonna take a while. It's probably gonna be Gran Turismo levels of like licensed time, most likely, and that will be a problem in itself. I might get stuck here for a while. Might actually get stuck here for a while. Not to mention, this car is not very easy to drive at all. It might be fast, but the handling is a little bit weird. Damn, that's gonna be a real issue. Like, this will require so much precision. I'm already doing worse than my PB. Yeah, they call it a hot lap. Yes, it will have to be a hot lap. Okay, that corner, according to my ghost pin, it's also so easy to lose control like that. Yeah, this one, I don't know, dude. This one will be pretty hard to... already the first corner, the AI takes it as if we were using two completely different cars, you know? I wonder how long I took to beat this the first time I beat it. Maybe a long time. This time I used the brakes a lot sooner, but it doesn't seem to get me very close to this guy. This is still quite far. Like, I'm doing a lot better than my PB, but that's not very hard to do. I completely lost control there. I have no clue how I'm gonna win this. I don't know what sort of magic I could employ for this, but I don't think I have it. Surprised that doesn't count as soft track, but I'll take it. Imagine how hard this will be if you have hardcore handling enabled, you know? That will be quite something. Yeah, if you try to take the corner like that, you get an actual penalty. There's not that much that you can cut. Tim, this will be a pain in the ass. Hey, this will be... especially if I start like that, but this will be legitimately hard to beat. I know it makes sense since it's one of the final events, but god damn. Oh, that was yeah. Not even that one you can skip it like that. It counts as a corner penalty. Well, as I said, we're gonna be here for quite a while. I don't think that was faster either. I don't think that crashing against the walls is gonna make this whole thing faster. It doesn't hurt to try. I mean, I'm moving right. Well, it doesn't hurt to try. It hurts the car. Doesn't hurt me though. I don't think the car is happy about it. It's just very hopeless that at the beginning already there is such a big gap, you know. It's an extremely big gap for such a small distance between the starting line and well, and that part where he starts being far. All of those are gonna be corner penalties if you do that. That one somehow was not a corner penalty though. The issue here is that if you go for a second lap like this, your speed is already way slower, as you can tell. Though maybe that's not a bad thing in itself. I mean, you have to brake for this thing anyways. In fact, that corner I did it pretty well. I mean, you could have braked like that regardless. It would be pretty funny if the winning attempt was the one that I used the pause. Absolutely illegal attempt. I was out to ask where my ghost was, but so I'm not doing that much differently from my PV here. But on this corner you can do it a lot faster than how I was doing it. This one though is a very slow corner. You have to already be prepared for it beforehand. Then I was about to say, don't tell me this will be the attempt, but no. Unfortunately, no. It's like that ending. Like, that seems like a very complex ending. Without a doubt. Because if I took it any faster than that, I would have gone straight to the wall. But I did need to brake like that. Okay. So far faster than my PV. How did all of that shit that my ghost do didn't count as off track? I wonder. Yeah, I'm doing this terrible now. Come on. You can enter that corner better, but a lot of things have to go right. That's the issue. Not just one corner in particular or one sector. A lot of things have to go right at the same time here. It's definitely not simple at all. But I think I got this. Maybe not in this attempt or the next one or whatever, but I think I definitely can do it. I miss those little drifts that I obviously don't mean to do, but they just happen. I'm going faster than I can. Faster than I can control it. Okay, the fact that none of that was a penalty is crazy. That's an actual robbery. I mean, of me against the AI, I guess. Is that gonna work? That will work, and by a lot, actually. Nice. Even faster than 115. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh. In that case... I drive a lot with this car, not because I like it, but because I had to try hard. I got the... Okay, that's the Koenigsegg Agera. So it was a matter of leveling up. So I don't really know why it points you to the store, I guess. Life begins? What do you mean life begins? Well, this is the very final tournament in the main game. So, gotta do it. But hold up. Yeah, the Koenigsegg Agera is available. So, oh, maybe it's this Regera. Maybe this one I actually don't have it. The Agera one, I do. I mean, I could use it since I unlock it, you know. Just that I wanted to see the original McLaren P1, because apparently you have two. Well, you do have two. Well, it's one of the last one. Oh yeah, it's here. So yeah, you have the normal version of this, but need to level up a little bit more. Yeah, I guess I will use the Koenigsegg, why not? What colors do you have? You have some pretty colors. Wait, what's the difference between that blue and the other one? Or is it... No, it's the same one. I'm just stupid. I kinda wanna use that gray though. I like the way it looks. The blue looks very good too, it's just that... I think I already used blue a lot today. Alright. So... This is the Legend Trophy. Apparently, I will turn into a Legend at the end of this championship. Hey, I wonder if you're gonna get the credits here. Hard to tell. Ah shit, what are you doing? Surprising, since the Koenigsegg has an orange logo. That orange is not a default color. But yeah, the real question is who gives a shit. If you want orange color, you can do it in a custom decal, you know. Huh. I think that's not how the front of this car is supposed to look. Also, something that I saw in the intro of this track, you know that there was a close-up of some flowers? And it's pretty funny because anything that is grass related, like the trees, the bushes, the flowers, they all use a very old technique, which is essentially having two sprites that cross each other, like that. Like basically two sprites that are in an edge pattern. So that makes it look like there is depth to the grass or the tree or whatever. But there isn't. It's literally just two sprites moving. That's because otherwise, if you wanted to do realistic, I think in English it's called foliage, right? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but the point is that if you want something realistic there, like you will have to... Oh, nice. Why are you doing that though? Whatever. The point is, what I was saying is, if you want realistic looking grass, you have to spare a lot of processing power simply to have that grass exist there, you know? God damn it. Okay, this thing seems to suck a lot of balls when it comes to steering in a corner exit. Alright, I'm giving you another chance. Well, technically we have 2 more laps to get the lap objective, but if you fail, you already know what I'm doing. You know that I'm deploying the Lambo, right? Okay. You asked for it. I'm deploying the Lambo. I don't mind. If anything, I prefer it. The Lambo doesn't betray me like you do. Alright, so where is it? Here. Oh, I unlocked the special paint shops. Unfortunately, they are the same one for every car. And they all, as I say, look kind of shit, honestly. I don't know, I can pick this one. At least the fact that it's purple make it look fitting for this one, since as I say, the name of the car is Poison. So purple makes it look fitting. Alright. This is what I say. You see that the flowers in reality are two sprites that are close together in an edge pattern and move a little. Like they have a little animation. They are not actual, like real-time render flowers, right? Well, real-time render is irrelevant. What I'm trying to say is that they don't have a model, they have a sprite. In real time they are rendered, obviously. They are right there. It's a sprite, yes, but it's a sprite that is being rendered. And this car is just in a different level, I guess. It's not about how fast it is or anything like that. It's just how comfortable it is to use. It's so extremely comfortable to use. At least coming from that Koenigsegg shit. Like, this car actually feels super good to drive. Well, so did the McLaren P1, to be fair. But that car is kinda broken. I didn't want to use it simply because of that. And as I said, I like Lamborghinis. I mean, I like Lamborghinis ever since I was a kid. It's a shame that this one is a little bit fucked on the front, but it's okay. Was bound to happen. Yeah, when I was a kid, I remember there was a line of toys that had different kind of this type of luxury cars. I remember one of them being the Dodge Viper, and there was also a Lamborghini Diablo, which at the time was like the most modern Lamborghini there was. Well, I don't know if the most modern, but it was one of the latest ones. And I remember loving the way that the car looked, and I remember thinking that it was so futuristic, the fact that the doors open vertically. Like, they didn't open horizontally like most cars. No, they did it vertically. So I thought that was so cool, and the whole shape and color of the car was also pretty nice looking. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the color of that toy was very similar to this, like this type of purple, like kind of like mute purple. I don't know how to call it really, but it was kind of like that. Lamborghinis are very cool. And keep in mind that it was a Lambo, the one that allowed me to win that hot lap event against someone that was using the Pagani Zonda. That I think the Pagani Zonda is supposed to be one of the fastest cars in this game. And yet this guy got his ass. Well, that's because the AI wasn't really going with everything it had. But I don't care. It still managed to, you know, to win, even if the odds were not in his favor. It's a shame though that because of the visual damage, you cannot really see the front of the car in the right conditions, because if you want to overtake opponents, it's very hard to do that without even slightly crashing against them. And even if it's a slight crash, it will, you know, leave markings in the car, you know. This car, when you use this thing, you can forget about anything. Like, it just works, you know. No need to be thinking, oh, but if I do the corner exit like this, I might, you know, drift or oversteer. Or if I enter the corner like this, I'm gonna do it slow. No problem, dude. This car, you don't have to worry about those things. It seems that the Pagani Sonda will be the second place here. I don't mind. Tim, so all of these races involve doing a fast time on something. And this one is supposed to be for the whole race. It's one of those races that is from point A to point B. If I check the front of the car, it's most likely already fucked up. Well, not that much, actually. I probably shouldn't look at it in a place like that, though. Okay. I don't think that lap objective should be an issue, right? I mean, if the other one was free, the one in the previous race was free, I think this one is gonna be free too. It seems that this whole section here is supposed to be full speed for the most part, but also very blind. It's hard to tell the corners that are about to go. You can look at the minimap, but the minimap doesn't really, like, see, for example here, if you just rely on the minimap, this tunnel is gonna kill you. Because of those little things that it has at the side, you're not making it out of that alive if you just look at the minimap. Ah, shit, that's a problem. Wow, I actually made him, you know, grind against the rail and he ended up losing. Well, in fact, was that a Hennessy? Or I think it wasn't that one. Maybe it was. Doesn't the Hennessy look different? I think that he actually got fucked to 6th place or something like that. Well, who cares? What's important is that I won. And this is the final race. Alright. Let's get it. Oh, and it's 5 laps. Something tells me that this is gonna be one of those races that it's gonna be night time by the end of the race, most likely. Probably. Shit. That's I wouldn't say that it's a complex corner, but the moment you was appreciating the front of my car, come on, you not even do that in peace. I was about to say that last corner is not hard. The problem is that if you touch the apron, which is like the lower side of the corner, you are not surviving that. You gotta take it from up high. Like you were racing NASCAR, you know. That's supposed to be the... Well, except for the corner exit, the mid part of the corner was meant to be done like that. It seems that these cars won't be leaving us alone. Okay, I can already tell that the sun is setting, yeah. And that was so obvious that this was gonna be nighttime by the end of the race. Like, it was so obvious. Like, how could you not have seen that coming? And it's not like I remember this particular race from when I last played this game, because obviously not. Clearly not. Well, at least we know that if we are driving in an event that requires a hypercar, and assuming that we are getting obliterated, the solution is as simple as bringing the Lambo. I deploy the Lambo and you are good to go. It is a shame though that it's a DLC car, so assuming that someone has this game and is struggling to beat these events, I don't think that watching this playthrough is gonna be very useful at all. I cannot tell them to purchase the DLC because you can't. Even if you wanted, you cannot. But unfortunately this Lambo ain't happening otherwise. Well, to be fair, it didn't really become nighttime. Kind of like just stayed in the sunset, but yeah, close enough, I guess. So I beat the game, well, the main game, not everything there is to play. It's a gold trophy, the legend trophy. So yeah, are the credits gonna show up here or what? How are we gonna proceed? Unlock team, another AMG. Don't I already have this one? In all the same AMG are the same shit, it seems. Well, and I unlock more paints for the Lambo, which is always nice, so... Well, got the main campaign. So, yeah, it says tour finish. You unlock a special bonus paint show. It's available in your garage now. For additional tours and fill your garage, make sure you visit the place. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to visit the PlayStation Store anymore. But yeah, there are a lot more. As you can see, Starline All Stars. Oh, actually there is... You know that I name the video of this playthrough. I name it All Stars Full Playthrough. But All Stars is the name of a tour, ironically. Well, maybe I need to change it. But wait, do I have this? Because this look like they are grayed out. Well, these two are grayed out. Finish line and no limits. This one though seem like you can play it, right? It says it here. Starlight Tower, the 11 events here will take you all over the world and let you drive some of the coolest cars on the planet. Even if you don't own them yet. So yeah, these are simply like... Oh, this one includes the tutorial Welcome to Driveclub. So I think that you were probably intended to do this one before you did the other one, like the tour. Well, who cares? Though I'm worried about this too. So there were 2 DLCs that released afterwards that I don't have. Maybe they happen after the first season pass, but then that's disheartening because I thought I had them. But, well, whatever. For now, though, that's gonna be it for me for today. So, yeah. Thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So, have a good one, and take care.